Good morning, Year 4. Today is Monday, the 4th of February, and your learning question today is, can I learn about the meaning of new vocabulary? Okay, so we're going to be using vocab Victor for today's lesson. Before we start, I just want to ask you if anyone knows what is geocaching. So I have the question, what is geocaching? Make sure I add my question mark because I haven't. So if anyone knows what geocaching is, please email in. I will give a Marvellous Me shout out if anyone can tell me what geocaching is without cheating. So just by having a look at the pictures on my board, do you think that you could have a go at guessing what geocaching is? Okay. So geocaching is where people use GPS, which is called Global Positioning Systems. They use GPS coordinates on things like smartphone devices to go on a treasure hunt, basically. So it's a more modern way of finding treasure. Okay, so today's text is titled Geocaching. It is page 4 and page 5 in the Year 4 Comprehension Book 2. And the article explores geocaching, which is a high-tech treasure hunt where people are given GPS coordinates as clues, and then these coordinates tell them the location of a hidden item, which is usually outdoors, and it's become very popular in many different countries in the world. Okay, so there's an article and there's a glossary underneath telling you about what GPS is. Okay. So our new vocab for today is GPS and geocaching. So these are examples of GPS systems, and geocaching, if you saw on the previous board, is the things that you find when you go on the hunt using your GPS. So GPS is a navigation system that shows the exact location of something, and geocaching is a high-tech treasure hunt. So it sounds quite exciting, actually. Okay, so to start, I would read through your text at least twice. I would underline, highlight any words that you are stuck on that we haven't visited. Okay. And the first question is asking you, why do you think the author uses the word pirates in line 2 to describe people who look for geocaches? Okay, so I wrote, I think the author uses, so the question asked you, why do you think that the author uses the word pirates in line 2 to describe people who look for geocaches? So I wrote, the word pirates is used because people search for caches and the goodies inside are like treasure. So the authors use the word pirates to describe these people because they're going on a treasure hunt. They get given clues through the caches and the GPS system, and they have to track down a little box that has things inside. They can take those things out and replace them with new ones, or they can leave them there. Okay, so I'm going to miss out question 2, 3 and 4 because I think you've done questions that are similar to them before, looking at previous texts, and you've all been really good at answering them. So if you do find that they are tricky, please let me know and I will get in touch with you to help you. So we're going to move on to question 5, and question 5 is asking about the layout of the text. So it's saying, how does the layout of the text show you that it is a newspaper article? So on my board I've got an example of newspaper reports, and it's got labels that show you the different features. So you might have the name of the newspaper at the top, you'll have a headline. So in your text geocaching, you've got a headline going across the top. You will have the reporter's name usually, so you can see who's written the article. You'll have an opening paragraph that's usually written in bold to stand out. You will then have your article with all of your text. You may have subheadings, which are smaller headings that break down the text, but you won't have any in your geocaching one. You may have a picture, which you do have, and you'll have a caption underneath that picture to tell you what's happening in there, okay? There might be adverts, there might be extra information depending on the type of newspaper that you read, okay? So in your geocaching one, you do have a title, you do have a picture, you do have captions, you have your text written in columns, because when you write in a newspaper report, it gets set out in columns. Okay, so there's lots of different features that we've just discussed that you can pick out in your geocaching newspaper report. Okay, so the response that I wrote was, I can see that it is a newspaper report because there is a photo with a caption. Okay, so it just needs to be a really simple sentence that shows that you can understand why it is a newspaper article. Okay. And our last question, question 6, is asking you for a possible disadvantage of geocaching, and you need to explain why. Now, I've put a thumbs down because a disadvantage is a negative thing, okay? So, something that I might write is you have to have the appropriate technology, or you might need to make sure that you know the area that you're going geocaching in. It could be dangerous if you go on your own and you don't know where you're going. You might need to go with an adult. Okay, so have a think about the different disadvantages that you might think of when people go geocaching. Okay, so I've given you a couple there to have a go and have a think about. You can always use them, but you need to explain why. Okay, your challenge for today is to list 3 features that you would find in a newspaper article. So if you need to go back to the slide where I discuss all the different features, that's fine. But I want you to try and think of at least 3. Use your geocaching text to support you on this, because there are lots of features on there. You might even want to annotate your geocaching text to pick out the features, okay, and send me a picture. So if you can annotate all the features and you can go above and beyond 3, then I might even give you a Marvellous Me shout out, okay? I know that some of you have been doing an excellent job and you've been getting lots of shout outs, okay? And as always, please send in photographs of the work that you have done. That includes challenges and starters. It'd be great to see who actually does have a go at annotating the newspaper article. It'd be a really good activity for you. You know how to do annotating because you did it with identifying features of a diary entry and a letter, okay? So have a really good go at it, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.